Good morning, everybody. I had to start that one over. But, okay, so the reason why we are here is because I'm going to do my makeup because I have a branding photo shoot to do. So I just wanted to come on here and I wanted to do what works best for me, my eye shape, and getting ready. And I know, like, some people have these, like, they have branding shoots and they hire us makeup artists, which is so great, but sometimes you may not be able to hire a makeup artist. So these are just some quick little tips and takeaways that you could take away and use if you do not have your makeup artist on hand. And so yeah, I'm just gonna get ready because I need to get ready. I have some music playing in the background. So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep my skin. You always want to prep your skin. You never want to like just go in with foundation and just start your, like, the foundation is not gonna last. And especially when you're doing photos, it's definitely different than a selfie. So this flash, the photography is totally different. This is kind of what I tell my clients. This is what I tell my brides. So if it is a little bit heavier, Kai is probably gonna pop in and out. But if it is a little bit heavier, that's okay because it's not gonna necessarily show on the camera. It's gonna be very kind of muted. So if we're thinking like heavy makeup is at 100%, we're gonna bring it down with that photography to like maybe 80%. So, and that's kind of where we wanna be. Because it does wash out, and I shouldn't say wash out, but it just takes the color down a lot. But back to skin prep. So I have now been using this like CeraVe resurfacing retinol serum. It's amazing. It has helped my skin so much. I look at past like videos and I'm like, wow, I did cut myself last night. So there's always something. So I'm gonna start with them. And of course my skin gets like really red as soon as I start touching it. And then I'm starting to use The Ordinary. Oh my God, I love this. This is the Buff Multi Peptide Serum. It's amazing. So it like says it's supposed to help with like resurfacing again because I have textured skin, wrinkles, hydration. And so what I love that it was supposed to help with texture and then the hydration part, because I'm like, yo, I need that. Good morning. I would like to say good morning to everybody when they pop in. So I'm gonna do that. And I like it because this is like kind of tacky, so it's kind of like a primer a little bit for your skin as well. And then most importantly, so I know some people deal with like concealer issues. A good hydrating eye serum or eye cream. I'm using the Cheer Up, the pharmacy one. I really like it, and it has vitamin C. So anything hydrating and then it has vitamin C is gonna be really, really good. My baby is crying. I don't know. Kai! Daddy's on a call and I'm doing this. So this is mommy life when we're trying to do multiple things at the same time. So I like this part to be very hydrating under here because you're gonna put concealer on. It's gonna hydrate. If you have any wrinkles, it's gonna smooth out and you're just gonna look, you know, nice and glowy underneath with your prep. So then what I like to do is I like to go in with my primer. I don't necessarily have like a favorite primer right now. Like I love the Professional, the hydrating primer, which I might use it, but it breaks me out sometimes. So that's why I don't want to, since my skin has been doing so well. I do have the Tatcha. I think I am The touch is like okay sometimes, like, but I'm gonna use like a little bit more than I usually do. So it's the Tatcha Silk Canvas, if everybody was wondering. I know some people watch this later and they have said that these little tips do help. And so as you can see, like doing the skin prep is gonna leave like skin very glowy underneath, and that's what we want. I have my finger out like that because again I cut myself last night. Oh, that was a whole like thing. My bulbs, like I tried to do my outside balcony and my bulbs like burst, like they blew up. I'm okay, but my finger is not. So then again too, so when we're starting off with foundation, we want to start off foundation that does not have any SPF, because that creates flashback, which then in turn the camera that the photographer is using, it's going to turn you white. So if you've ever seen photos that their neck is darker than their face, is because it was that flashback. I'm going to turn on my water real quick because I got to wet my sponge. I don't know where my beauty blend, like I bought a new beauty blender and don't know, probably Kai has it. 9 times out of 10 Kai has it. Like I always gotta go like this. Also too with skincare, if you do this, like your hands get moisturized, you know, preventative aging on your hands. So just throwing that out there. I'm like looking at my foundations, like which one do I want to use, because I don't want to, like, it does wash me out where photos can definitely make me look lighter, and I don't want that. I want to look darker. So I think I'm gonna go in with my NARS, because NARS usually it's the best and it just looks great photos. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it in the back of my hand. I don't necessarily have an oil, so usually when I do photography or like photo shoot, I like to leave people matte. I'm dry, but still like I want to be matte as possible, because the photography sometimes has a little bit of like that glare, and I'm starting in and then working my way out. You see how beautiful this foundation, like I love this foundation. This is the Radiant Creamy. If you guys have any questions too, feel free to DM me. Like I love talking to people and helping people. So anything with anything. So yes, so this branding shoot is basically just gonna be just for me as of right now. Not really promoting anything. I just need pictures for myself, and the photographer had an opening and I said, okay, well let me do this because I do need photos. I haven't taken like professional photos since before Kai was born. Like literally I found out the month after I was pregnant with Kai that after I took these photos. So I really haven't had any professional photos for myself. Just for content purposes and for website purposes and for anything in the future, hopefully. So put that in. My texture has been doing a lot better. So I'm pretty proud of that. Sorry for my lighting. That was kind of crazy. So now I'm gonna go in with my concealer. You guys already know I like to go in with like a darker one right in this area, and then I like to go in with a lighter one because I like to highlight the center of my face. It's something that once contouring happened, I have to do it. I think that it looks so beautiful like in photos, and it just brings attention to the face. Like it looks so nice. So I like to take like the other side of my beauty blender and buff that out. Underneath my eye, I like to let it sit a little bit. That way the color is more prominent. Love contouring because my nose, I don't like my nose. So it's also a good thing that contouring came into place because now I can slim my nose. I love this new technique of just like highlighting underneath the eye and kind of like leaving your cheek area free, because it really does lift everything and then it doesn't bring anything down. So I saw that like the new trend would be more of like skin like application when we are not wearing a mask. So this is gonna be hard too. Like I'm going in, I can't wear a mask in these photos, but I'm pretty sure my photographer will, which is great. So this is how I usually do my base, and then when I do clients, I do the reverse. It's easier for me, but I'm gonna go in now with contouring. Hello. Yes. And with this, I'm gonna go pretty heavy with this because, like I said, with photography, it can definitely wash you out. So do your normal face routine. You don't necessarily have to do, ooh, hold on. Necessarily have to do something different. When you are gonna take photos, you want to keep your natural, like what you do on it. You don't want to try anything new. So nothing of this is new. I'm just gonna go a little bit heavier. So when you do your own makeup and you are taking photos, just go a little bit heavier so that it can show on photos. Because if you go a little bit lighter, it's necessarily not gonna show, but you don't want to look like yourself. But you just want to go a little bit heavier than normal. And like I said, sometimes like the photos like wash me out, so I like to go like a little bit darker around the face and bronze me up, because even though this is light, I just don't want to. Also, like what I'm wearing is like a turtleneck, so I probably will wipe this off like from right here down, just so nothing gets on my clothes. And sometimes I leave on my clients, I'll leave this part kind of bare when they do have turtlenecks on, because it won't transfer if they have to change or anything like that. I have to like time check myself because so I know this is like really sloppy. Good morning. But it'll work for right now, because everything will kind of come together at the end, because I kind of go back in and do a little touch-ups. So now I'm gonna do my eyes. I like to prime my eyes just with a concealer, not necessarily an eye base. I tried one, I didn't like it, so I'm like, we are gonna stick to what we know, especially when we are doing a photo shoot. We want to stick with what we know. So if you use a primer for your eyes, use it. Don't try anything new. So whatever you do on your eyes on a regular basis, just do it and just amplify it. So I like a smoky eye for my personal eyes. Smoky eyes just work best. I'm trying to find the palette I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Dose of Colors, the Desi and Katie palette, because it has more of like neutrals, and you want to stay in the neutral palette. Like what I'm wearing is actually gray, so having some sort of color that you're going to wear in the photo shoot on you already, then you'll see kind of what the makeup is going to look like. So I'm going to just go in with a bone color. I got to use another palette to use as the mirror, because this one completely broke and shattered. And yes, I'm still using it. So I'm just gonna do basically a smoky eye. And smoky necessarily doesn't mean black, doesn't necessarily mean, I forgot a step, doesn't necessarily mean black, or doesn't necessarily mean like all over. Smoky really means smoked out, which that means like it's like hazy and it's smoked out. That's what smoky means. I know some people are used to just being like, oh, I want a smoky eye, and it being black and all over, and that's the smoky eye look. I need to put powder and set everything, and also use, so powders are key during a photo shoot. Have to get my other palettes. So I'm gonna just tap this underneath, just so, and not necessarily baking, it just so nothing can fall underneath and like sit there on my like wet face basically, so that I could kind of just like wipe it away if there is any. Because I'm now doing my eyes after doing my face, and I don't want anything to get ruined. Next, I am going to go in with another fluffy brush. So I use about 3 fluffy brushes when I'm doing my eyes. And that gave me some type of color in my crease, which my crease is pretty much like, I could wear nothing and it looks like I have something on my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with a brown color again in my crease, windshield wipers. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, or just hold them until the end so that I can answer them. So just going back and forth. This is what works for me. This is what looks good on me. Other eye, you might just do a shimmer on your eye and that looks great for you, for your photo shoot. I'm going in with that first color just so I can blend out, and then I also have the mirror in front of me so I can really look at what the photographer is gonna look at. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a deeper brown, but I kind of want that brown to be all over, but I want like a slightly deeper brown than what I already have on my eyes. Shoot. I'm gonna go like a little bit, and I'm gonna like mix like that second color with this one, and this one is gonna go just on this outer. And wherever you place a color, that's where it's gonna like stay the pigmentous, if that's a word. So we are gonna do like a brown all over, and it's gonna be matte. I don't want anything shimmer. I personally don't. You can use shimmer if you want to, if that's what you're used to. I'm going in with that first color and just blending it out. Usually I think I do my eyebrows and then I do this. Okay, I'm all over the place today. But, okay. So now I want to take a flat brush and I'm gonna go in with like a deeper brown. I'm not gonna take it all the way in like right here. I'm just gonna pat it very lightly on the lid. And then I'm gonna go in with like that middle shade color. And kind of just swirl everything together. And like I said, it may look heavy, but in photos, it'll look really pretty with the lashes, and it's gonna come together where it's not gonna look as, you know, harsh. Plus, like I said, my eye shape, like I like this kind of color on my eye shape. I don't really necessarily like how far that went out. Sometimes taking that powder and like erasing a little bit, that also helps. So now I'm gonna go underneath and I'm going to take like a little smudger brush and put it underneath with that, not the darkest one, but the medium dark. Gotta concentrate so I don't like poke myself in the eye. Have like a little dry, oh, okay. And I like to rim my eye when I am doing a smoky eye because it just looks better. I want to add a little bit maybe of an, I don't know if I want to add an orange because I'm going to wear gray and I really want it to look a little bit more polished, but I think I am. I'm just going to use like a very kind of muted orange, not like orange, and just put it in my crease just so we have a little bit more warmth. I need to see what time it is. Not that I have to go or anything, but I just want to know what time it is. So now what I'm going to do is rim my eye with the black eyeliner because I love the way that it looks when it's very sultry looking. Then I'm going to do pretty messy. Oh, I bought that new mascara, but it's in my bag. I wanted to try that. So I like to do that. And then what I like to do is just go back in and kind of smudge that out a little bit. Not a little bit, but smudge it out because it could be a little harsh. And this is where that smoky plays into effect. I like this, huh? Yeah. I don't know why you have to go like every time like you do this. You like open up your eye. So I do have a mascara here. Do I? Yeah, I do. It's not one of my favorite. This is the Lily mascara, but I really wanted to try that new Maybelline one because I wanted to see how my lashes actually, but we'll use it next Wednesday in another tutorial because I'm just coating my lashes right now, because then if I coat them first and then put my lashes on, it's so much better. Gotta concentrate on this too before I poke myself in the eye. And I ruin everything. Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry real quick, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna see if I want like this. So usually when I do a smoky eye, I like to wear a very dramatic lash because the lashes really pull everything. Ooh, I just said not to hold that mirror. But for branding purposes, I'm like, do I want a very dramatic lash? And I don't think so, because I kind of want to look pretty. I want to look like I am a makeup artist. You want your profession to shine through, but I don't want to look like, dang, all we see is like her lashes. So I'm gonna do the Raquel Beauty. I bought a couple of them because they're so beautiful. These are like flared at the end, really pretty. These are called Full Moon, which it's a full moon out now, which is so cool. Happy full moon, everybody. I love Raquel because he did not make them so long where it doesn't fit everybody's eye shape. So yeah, I like that. I think it like elongates my eye. It's like very flirty, really nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take them off, put some, I just had the glue. I literally just had my glue. That's weird. This like, you're like 8. Wow, I'm really like, that's crazy. So what I'm gonna do, did I put it in here? No. Oh my God. If you guys seen where it was, you'd be like, yo, that thing hit you right in the face. Do my brows, and then I'm almost done. Blush is very important too, and the lip color is very important when you're taking branding photos or photos in general, family photos, whatever photos. You want that to stick out. You don't want your lips to be lost. So that's always a really good tip is that you always want your lips and your makeup to, so tip number 1, you want your everyday makeup to just be a little bit more enhanced than normal. Tip number 2, you want your cheeks, your lips to be more prominent, a little bit darker color. And then tip number 3, makeup needs to just look a little bit more enhanced than normal. I know some people are not used to it, but trust me, I'm not gonna fail you. We're not here to make people look ugly. We're here to make people look pretty or just enhance their beauty. I'm gonna go with my favorite eye pencil, which is by Hourglass. I really love it. I just like how natural. I did my eyebrows. I waxed my eyebrows yesterday. Yes, I waxed them. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go all the way in. I'm just going to go on this outer rim right here. Because when I went too in, it just looked too harsh. And I was like, that's not the look. I just want to fill in little hairs. Yeah. And that's it. That's what I want. So I usually do this on my clients too. I would just take their like their where their arch is and just do, especially if they have, you know, fuller brows. I don't take it all the way in. I like this part to look scarce. It looks just more natural if it does. If it's open like that, if it's scarce like that. And then I just like to fill in like the top arch and then the back end of the brow. And then brush everything up. Yeah, so much better. I just love how natural this eye pencil leaves my brows. Such a good pencil. Got that in my BoxyCharm. So excited for that. Alright, so my hair, my thing, hold on. The hair is setting because I'm gonna wear it curly. But then I'm like, I don't know if I want to wear it curly because I have a turtleneck on. I don't know. That's another day, another like a hair tutorial one. So what I'm gonna do is wipe off this under eye, and I know a lot of people, what they do is like they wipe it off, but sometimes that will move the bottom layer of what you just did. So I like to just press that in, and that'll also highlight that area. That'll also leave like a very airbrushed finish if you just press it into the skin. And even right here you can see a little bit where it wiped off a little bit, so that's what we don't want. Put these lashes on. I don't know how I'm gonna do this hair with these lashes on because I gotta use a blow dryer, but that's another funny story. So I'm gonna take, I always start like that, and then I gotta take my little tweezers. You want to make sure that they are on there. They're not going to nowhere, and they're not lifting, because if they lift while you're taking this photo, bring some extra glue. Bring an emergency kit, because that's not cute, sis. So then I have to go back in because the band, you can see the band, and I really don't like that. So I'll go in with like a black eyeliner and like fix the band. So usually when I start with my hand. It's just easier for me, and then just always put the mirror down and always put in right in the center. Then you will see that the lash, once the lash glue is tacky, it will start doing the work for you. Always going with your hands too. That always helps. I like to see what's happening like underneath the lash too, around the lash. I like to curl them up as well, because it looks better. And then I'll go back in with some more mascara so that I could do like the tips right here, because sometimes it doesn't look as full as like the end. And you can blend everything again together. Look at everything. Do the bottom lash. I like to make sure that underneath is nice and like seamless underneath. And so now we're gonna go in with contour. My thing is like coming unloose. I have another one that just like wraps and it doesn't come unloose, but I didn't want to do that. This is my like microfiber one. It just doesn't leave my curls like frizzy. Very comfortable lash. I like that. I can't really hardly feel them. So now contour, blush, this is like where we want to be. This is where we're gonna go a little bit heavier than normal. And because you laid that foundation already, I do this just to wipe it off, apparently. I know that was really fast and but because you laid the foundation, you kind of can just put it, you can be a little bit faster and put it in, put it on those areas. I like to always blend this area because I don't want helmet head. I want it to feel like I just have like this dark area under there. And then what I like to do is go back in with that. There is another, so there's like a highlighted color, and go underneath that as well. Do that highlighted. Make sure that we're highlighted in the middle. And what I'm gonna do for blush, I don't want anything crazy. I'm gonna actually take my bronzer. I'm gonna actually take my bronzer. My brush, tap it lightly, and then put it up here. So now we have, and so yes, it looks a little heavy, but you gotta, I put a little bit on my nose. And I'm not gonna necessarily put highlighter. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of highlighter right here, but I don't know if I want to yet. Because for photo shoots, you just wanna make sure that the highlighted point is just not so prominent. Because as you can see, I don't have highlighter here, and in the camera, like it looks like I have highlight. So in the photos, that's what's gonna show the most. It's gonna have like that flashback. So anything that repels flash is just gonna look more prominent in the photos. So you're not gonna look prominent. The first thing people are gonna see is that highlight. So I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm going to now do my lips. Thank God I'm gonna wear a lip gloss. So I just got the Minted, a brown and like a darker brown. So like I said, you want a bold lip when you're doing photos. So hopefully it's not too bold, but it's okay if it is. And I'll probably dab a little bit more before I go into the photo shoot. I'll probably put a little bit more blush, touch up my eyeshadow, touch up my under eyes a little bit. That way I know for sure like it's ready. And it's more bold than usual. So, oh, this is like, this glides so beautifully. You ever have a pencil that you're just like, ugh, and it just, yeah. This is beautiful. So I'm gonna put this all over. I don't know if you guys can understand me. Also, having the lip too is always gonna help because you can retouch before you do the photos. So this one's called Baby Brown. Oh yeah. That is a brown. Really nice. It's very, like, the texture of it. I like more of a thicker gloss. This is more of a, like, a very lightweight gloss. Doesn't have a lot of, like, shimmer. It's more like a lipstick. So I wonder if this is a lipstick instead of a, no, it says lip gloss. So I like more of a shine, but we're gonna keep it here. And then because I'm extra, I'm gonna take a little bit of my concealer, a little fun tip, because it's darker, but I like ombre a little bit. So I take a little bit of my concealer, tap it on the back of my hand, and put it in the middle. That way it looks more of an ombre color. Yep, that's cool. I like that. I like the way that it feels. It's just not too over, like, glossy, which is fine. But I like glossy. So now you always want to set, I'm like looking at where I'm going to wipe my finger. You always want to set your face. I use the drench your face with the all-nighter. And then if I really, like, because I want to stay matte, I'm not going to do anything with my face. Take a look at it, see if you want to add anything, if you want to take away from anything, if you want to fix anything. I think I'm good. This is the look that I wanted, very smoky. I think I'm just gonna fix my eyebrows and then I'm gonna get dressed. And I will show you guys like the final look once, I think this little part right here, it never grows on my eyebrow. Yeah, perfect. So I will show you guys the finished look when I take a selfie. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, when I get the professional photos back, I'm gonna take my hair down now. So I'm gonna now do my hair. Show you kind of like what it looks like with a professional camera versus with a selfie. So, yep, this is it. This is how I'm going. This is kind of like what it's gonna look like, because literally what I have on is gray. I'm gonna wear some like gold. So hopefully I don't freeze my butt off. It's not gonna be outside, so that's good. Hopefully it's not. But, all right. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys next Wednesday at this time so we can get cute once a week. All right. I will see you guys. Bye. Have a great day.